Sawaki, Nistune Danako Aksiyasawaki. Hello, my name is Jamie Medicine Crane, also known as Brave Woman. I'm the First Nation Métis Inuit lead teacher for Holy Spirit Catholic Schools. We are responding to the need to enhance First Nation Métis and Inuit student success. We are exploring ways to strengthen and support the knowledge, skills, and attributes of our teachers in regards to First Nation Métis and Inuit learners. We have highlighted 4 KSAs incorporating the traditional medicine wheel symbol, understanding and appreciating Blackfoot culture, nurturing the relationships and making connections, integrating authentic resources, and recognizing and responding to the needs. Join us as we share the stories of our educational community and continue on our journey.
Well, I would say it's all about engagement. We have put a lot of effort into engaging our students, engaging their parents and their families, engaging the FNMI community, and probably most importantly, engaging our teachers in immersing ourselves in the First Nations culture, getting to know our families better, obviously creating a better understanding then, and allowing us to make some strides in improving learning for these students.
In order to teach anything, we need to have awareness of it. And I don't think a lot of educators are fully aware of what FNMI culture is all about. And so me being one of those people, exposing myself to their culture allows me to feel more comfortable to draw upon that culture in my lessons, in my lesson planning, and allows me to even feel more comfortable drawing it out in the students and including their perspectives in the lessons as well.
A couple of things that I did last year is I attended a powwow with a few other staff members to see the celebration, to see the regalia that they wear. There was lots of different displays and things that I could take a look at.
It's important for children at this age to understand the First Nations, who they are, and that they've been here for thousands of years. This is their land, and it's important for every person who's living on this land to understand what their home is about and to understand the Indigenous culture that's still here today.
In order for our students to succeed in our schools, we need to understand the cultural diversity and understand that people come to us with different experiences.
Instead of telling parents what they needed to do, we tried to reverse it and say, what can we do as a school system to support you as a family and your children as students?
So the one strategy that I'd like to implement when I have my own classroom is building strong relationships and a warm environment for the students. So whether that's making relationships with the students, being able to have them relate to the material on a personal level, or calling home with good news, and not always bad news, to the parents.
I will call my students' families if they've had a week where they've been working really hard and they're focusing. I will call them on a Friday and let them know that they've had a great week.
One of the initiatives that we started on almost immediately upon getting to the school was setting up a parent center, a place where our parents could come in, could have access to computers and to literature and so forth related to education. We also see it as a meeting place for parents, a place for them to get together whether they're on committees, and it's become a very powerful tool of communication.
You know, sometimes you get so wrapped up in accomplishing the curriculum, teaching them what they need to know, that you forget to look at that child as an 11 or a 10-year-old or whatever you're teaching, as a person who just wants to come in and talk to you in the morning about all kinds of things.
There are certain teachers that I can look back and say, you helped me make certain choices in my life. Certain coaches, being an athlete, who also did the same, and just certain members in the community also doing the same thing. Without those people in my life, I seriously believe that I wouldn't be sitting here with you.
It is good for every child in the classroom, whether they're First Nations or not, to know that they're good at something. So, and you just try to build that as a teacher in your normal conversations. This isn't new stuff, that if some child is doing really well on something, you pat them on the back and you say, you know, I like the way you wrote those two words together. Or somebody else draws a fantastic picture and you say, explain your picture to me. And they can explain what that was about.
And then we also have the students look around and be more aware of the other kids in the classroom. And they provide little bouquet, we call them bouquets, and they write up little rewards for other students in the classroom. It really provides belonging to the kids. They feel like they enjoy coming to class, and it really helps them feel like part of a family together.
Our curriculum maybe needs to include, and I'm seeing that more and more, it needs to help them to learn. We need to teach them about their history. Just as we don't know about our history, they don't necessarily know about their history. When they see and they learn about their history, they feel significant in that history.
The website behind me is the FNMI lesson plan database that myself and other interns have compiled, and it is lesson plans for all divisions in all subject matters to try to help teachers who are less familiar with FNMI integration, help them bridge that gap and bring in more First Nations content into their classroom.
My goal is to make sure that it's authentic, absolutely, and that it loses its structuredness, that it becomes kind of a natural incorporation into the curriculum and into the classrooms every day, so that it's not a checklist of today I'm checking off my FNMI content. It just becomes something that we do.
This was in my PS2 experience, and we planned a field trip, and it was based on landmarks. And what I did was actually contact Richard Fox. He supplied a story and the meaning of a specific landmark out on the Kainai Reserve, and the students were so engaged that when we did go out on the field trip, they were wanting to go to that site first, and they totally could rephrase the whole story back to me. It was phenomenal to see.
One of the things I've learned is over the years is other children have taught me different ways of singing Happy Birthday, and one of the ways I've learned is to sing it in Blackfoot. It's amazing to me that the very first time I do it with my class, because for every birthday we sing Happy Birthday in all the languages, when those children see and hear that Mrs. Henderson can sing Happy Birthday in Blackfoot, she knows Blackfoot just like I do, and it just lights them up, and you think, wow, just that little thing has changed them.
Happy birthday, Starling. Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
There's 4 qualities that are very essential to our children that they need to know. One is that they are loved. The other one is that they are good at something. Thirdly, they are valued, and they need to know that they have the power to make their own decisions and that they have a purpose in life.
The key that I think is so important is to have the children feel good about themselves. So they need that self-confidence in order to learn the best that they can. They might need a minute with me to talk to me. They might need a quick hug. They might need breakfast. But once they feel warm and welcomed, then it just helps with their learning, and it's huge.
When we're working with children, the most important thing is to look at them as an individual and to look at them as their stories, because I found that this year when working with the kids, I really found out a lot about who they are as people and as individuals, and I think that that's one of the biggest things is encouraging them for who they are.
We try to display the culture throughout the school. We have at our entrance of our school, the word welcome is displayed in the Blackfoot language as well as the English language. We have a number of artifacts and pictures on the wall in the school. We have the Stations of the Cross, being a Catholic school, are depicted down one of our hallways, and the pictures are created in Blackfoot art, which is very popular with the students.
The classroom's set up to a little bit more maybe relaxed than the normal classroom structure. We have a really big room that We have tables at the back for them to do a lot of group work. There's breakout rooms for if they just need to go and work by themselves. And I found that some days just getting here is kind of a problem, and sometimes they need a little bit of time on their own when they get here. So if they can go into a breakout room and just have a couple minutes to just get ready to actually be here, that they like that little bit of time alone and that little bit of privacy.
Ultimately, we want our First Nation students to achieve the same level of success as everyone else. We want everyone to be able to reach their fullest potential, and their best chance of doing that is to attend school regularly, to feel comfortable and happy and safe in their school, to feel like their culture is recognized and respected, and then it gives them the opportunity to engage in the curriculum, work with their teachers and their peers, and become the best person they can be.